dreamers, good evening. How are we today? Thank you so much for tuning in and listening again to one of my videos. It is greatly appreciated. So the theme of today is one of the biggest themes within the dream world. Nightmares. Nightmares. So many times I've heard people saying that they are afraid of dreaming, or even sometimes going to sleep because they are afraid of the nightmares they might experience. Well, the set books that I read, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago when I started, I've read somewhere where Seth said, when you have a nightmare, it is your body releasing of excessive hormones. And sort of I take a step back and I let it sink within me, within my own being, and I stopped having nightmares. I haven't had a nightmare for about a decade. None whatsoever. Well, actually, the one nightmares that I have is that I am really late for exams in terms of me trying to learn so many things in such a short amount of time, which gave me sort of anxious feeling because I didn't know how I'm gonna learn everything and be prepared for the exams and pass. So that's sort of where my nightmarish dream, because they make me feel a little anxious, but I could always feel like the release of my own body when I had the dream. Or another one which I actually really love. Usually before going to sleep, there are sometimes moments when you like step into the unknown and there is like nothing, and you like step and it's such a wonderful feeling. It's a little bit scary, but I love those moments when they do happen, and I kind of encourage them to have them more often. Probably I have it maybe, I don't know, once every month or once every 2 months. So not really like that frequently as I would like. And apparently it is your consciousness coming back to your body at a higher speed. So that's why you get this sensation like sort of you are going into a like deep hole somewhere, but then you open your eyes and you know where you are. So let me share with you another a nightmare dream that I actually had my first nightmare after of a decade, probably even more than a decade of not having one, that I've actually wrote, that I've actually drew in my lucid dreaming book that I stopped already using for probably like 2 years ago was the last time I drew. But it's really nice way because you can go back and you can go through and remember what sort of dreams you had, etc. And I had this dream in September 21, so 3 years ago, because now it's September 2024. So exactly 3 years ago, I had this dream. So going back, I wasn't really mentally fine with my tummy noises, going to the theme of my life, it seems. And I was really down with it because I think at that time I was in my previous corporate role where I wasn't really treated properly, and I stood up and I fought. I fought against injustice. I didn't want to put my head down and just accept sort of being bullied into a position by people in power. And but when you have this sort of situation in your life, at least for me, what happened was that I sort of started to have the thoughts, oh Martina, you should know your place. And I started to criticize myself for stepping up for me, that it wasn't the right thing to do, even though within me I knew it was the right thing to do. Because if you want to see a change in the world, then you need to be a change. And I always thought it wasn't only for me, it was for the other people that come after me, that hopefully with this event that happened in my life and in the participants' life, they will not repeat their behaviors towards the other people coming after me. And I also look at it from from a larger point of view, where I said it is for your children, it is for your sons and daughters, that they don't need to be mistreated at work by powerful people, thinking that they can treat people regardless of the way they like, regardless of the fact that we work for the same firm, we are the same team, and people should be treated with respect. It's just a normal human thing to be treated with dignity at your own work. And by going through this, I started to feel bad about myself, so that probably, like being inferior again, being embarrassed. Not once did I take a sick day. I went there every day and I faced everyone every day, and it was a little bit difficult because I met such a lovely people. But when you're in a corporate world and within teams, and there are people that been colleagues for decades, that will probably stick to each other, and the looks I was given weren't very pleasant, I have to say. But anyway, I went through it, and I'm glad I did. But at that time, my tummy noises, I wasn't mentally in a strong position. I felt, because of the environment and situation, I didn't really feel probably that well. And I had this dream where I wanted to sort of, in my waking reality, I didn't want to be dealing with anything. I didn't want to be dealing with my tummy. It was taking over my life because it was getting worse and worse, and you cannot control your tummy. This is the thing, is like you cannot control it, even though you want in your mind to control it, but your tummy will do whatever your tummy wants, because you don't really have, you do have, as a good queen or kings, we need to be relaxed about our own bodies and let our bodies to do their own thing, instead of expecting the worst and just thinking, oh, I will have tummy noises, oh, I will have tummy noises, oh, I will have tummy noises. And this is what I was basically doing. And they were, probably every one of us got moments in life they just don't want to live anymore. And that was one of my moments where I just said, I don't want to live anymore. I am sort of done here. I don't want to continue, because everything was too much, everything was overwhelming, and within myself, I didn't know how to deal with it, even though I have access to all this amazing, beautiful knowledge. But we go with our lives, with our events. This was my creation, I have to admit that, because all I was concentrating was on the negative and on the worry and on everything that can go wrong within the moment, which never really did at the end. And so let me tell you about this dream, where suddenly I appeared in the dream, and there was this enormous black dark creature coming to me, and I was, I don't know, like 20-30 meters high, and the creature took me, and he ripped one of my arm, ripped away another arm, ripped my leg, ripped the other leg, and shoveled me inside a coffin. And it was painful. I have to say that was a dream where the breaking of my limbs, I experienced pain in my dream, and that was probably for the first time. And then I woken up, and the interpretation of the dream is that I would be unresolved, that I would die, but part of me wouldn't be resolved. This YouTube channel wouldn't be here. The other plans I have in my mind to go ahead and grow this beautiful thing wouldn't be here. Me creating my best professional life professionally I could have wouldn't be here. I would be dead, but still there would be outstanding things. So I would need to return into this reality to resolve the other things. And it was kind of interesting when I look at it back now, because it's already 3 years and things moved, things shifted, it was sort of eye-opening dream, and it was extremely scary. It was extremely scary, but thankfully it was just a dream with a meaning within that I tried to avoid. That I didn't want to really interpret it in this way, where the limbs are me being unresolved and being left behind. If I go, in within the earth, inside the coffin, there will be still part of me, on the planet, on this probability, in this reality, on planet Earth. And it is good to resolve your things. If you have the opportunity, which with this all knowledge, I probably should be like, I don't know what, spiritual or what have you. So then imagine how it was, like the feelings I felt. I was so scared, and after over 10 years, I haven't had any nightmare. And I actually had another one just recently, probably 2 weeks ago. So I was in my flat back home, and I was sitting on the bed, lying on the bed, and I couldn't move. And I was just paralyzed within my dream. I couldn't move. And there was this lady that was moving really, really slowly. And I was so afraid of her in the dream. But she wasn't coming towards me. She was moving away, slowly away from me. But still, I just was afraid, and I couldn't move. I couldn't get up from the bed. But eventually, I got up and slowly get to the kitchen, where I pour myself a lemonade. And then what grand thing I did, I pour a lemonade for this lady that was actually going away from me. So the way and then I woke up, I managed to wake up, and again, I felt fearful, but you try to feel it, feel yourself fearful, feel the emotions that go through your body, but then also feel your body, because your body will have like tingling feeling, like they are hormones or something, maybe emotions that are excessive emotions are being released through you. So after the initial shock to the system, when you wake up and you are oh my god, calm down and feel yourself, and you will feel refreshed. You will see the refreshing feeling out of nightmares. So they are really good for you in a way, even though probably we don't look at them in that way. They are good for us because things are being released, excessive things are being released from our system. And the way I interpreted this dream was in actually really in a positive way towards me. So usually when you have in lucid dreams, when you see something scary, the easiest thing and the nicest classy thing is to ask the presence, the animal, the scary thing, what do you represent? And then it starts to come closer, and it starts to change presence. And is because all those things are our projections. They are projections of our fears. But in lucid dream, you can see it so beautifully that it is the projection come back to you, and it change its present into something beautiful. Like I had once like scary animal coming, and I asked, what do you represent? I don't remember now what it represented, but it turned into a little puppy that sat by next to my leg, because I accepted the negative projections that I've been projecting negatively into my own reality and into the dream. But in lucid dreams, you can see life creation in split second, because everything that you think of is materialized immediately. And this is the true nature of our true home, from where we come from. Our thoughts, feelings are not materialized instantly. Here, time might have to change, our beliefs must have to change. It takes a lot longer to create something negative in your life than something positive, because it goes against all that is, the universe. And the lady, if I go back to the dream, she was leaving me. That means probably some parts of me, maybe it is my own embarrassment or feeling inferior, is moving away from me. It wasn't coming to me, it was going away, but because it was a lucid dream, I wasn't awake, so I was sort of, just there, allowing the dream, even though it was my creation, I just go with the flow with the dream. So she was moving away. I don't know if she was coming closer to me, I would be more and more scared. But she was leading me. So I think so that's positive sign. It's a good sign. And also for me, giving her a lemonade to also have a drink and also to cool down and chill, that she doesn't need to, probably feel bad about herself because she was moving so slowly somewhere. But again, she is my projection. She represents me. And, having said about lucid dreaming, that you're supposed to accept it. Maybe I should accept her. But then I wasn't really in control of what she was doing, and she was leaving me, which gave me good feeling within the dream, because she wasn't coming closer to me, and because I wasn't lucid, I wouldn't be able to consciously navigate the dream like I would normally do if I would be conscious. So that was kind of interesting, and I have to say I was proud of myself that I left her the lemonade, and the fact that she was leaving. And what she might represent, discarded portions of myself, things that I am probably not ready to accept, even though, everything is part of us. Like my previous, if I can refer to the previous dream with the chickens, you don't get things resolved by being angry or frustrated at it or being scared of them. That's another thing, being scared of them. You resolve them by loving them, by accepting them, and realizing that they are on your projections. And those projections, if they are based on fear, scarcity, worriness, guilt, unworthiness, are just not true. This is not us. This is not who we are, because we are magical beings. And we came to this world to realize that, to learn that, and to create heaven on earth. So, yeah. So thank you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you find it useful. So next time you have a nightmare, feel yourself. Feel yourself and don't be afraid, because it's just things are being released from your body. And I think if you take that, you can sort of separate yourself from the nightmare. They are now not there to get you. It's just part of our physical system. Thank you again. If you liked it, I find it useful, entertaining, please like, subscribe, spread the word, and I'll see you at my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a pleasant day, evening, morning. Okay? Kisses. Bye, conscious dreamers.